All right, I haven't made a diag video on this. We might have to here in a minute, but this is Keith's truck, Harley 04. It's a nice truck, but it's not an 03 engine. This is an 04 engine, but had an oil leak, and I just spent a bunch of time cleaning, trying to get the grease and the oil off. But it looks like, now I done shut the truck off. I've cleaned this thing 5 or 6 times. You can see how clean it is all around there. A lot of times the oil leak will make itself, you'll know when you got to the culprit of the oil leak if when you go to clean it, it comes squeaky clean, because as the oil is flowing, it will not let deposits settle. So other spots around it that it actually, like over here and spots where it actually sits, then that is from just oil getting blown onto it, and then it burns and cooks on, and then it gets all nasty. Down here, my opinion, you see that oil trail right there, and then there's oil down there on the bottom, and there's oil back behind it a little bit. Okay, I'm seeing that we're gonna have a crack underneath this adapter right here. So the part that my finger is pointing at right there, the oil cooler cover, needs to be replaced. Somehow, maybe it just, I mean, things happen. It's just, there's gotta be a crack in it somewhere, because it is absolutely coming from underneath this coolant outlet port right here. So somewhere under there, there's a crack, because the oil, I cleaned it, I let it run for 20 minutes, and I was blowing out of it and brake cleaning it, trying to make sure that I get all the residue, because there is a gap underneath this whole housing right here where it can collect oil. But I've already exhausted the idea that there's still residue under there that's running out, because that's not it. We've cleaned it plenty. So it is leaking oil from underneath this cover. There's a crack somewhere, because underneath this aluminum right here that I'm pointing, that my shadow's touching, is completely submerged in oil. So all it takes is a little bitty pinhole, a little crack, little something, stress mark. I mean, you know. So this job right here is an intake off, turbo out, turbo intake. I'm gonna lean on you hard to put our intake on it. I mean, you know, I'm gonna lean on it pretty hard to do that, but we're gonna have to get it sometime. I gotta go get it and drive it to find out the health of the oil cooler. Might do that here in a minute, I hope. Hopefully I can get away here, but figure out if the oil cooler is healthy, because if we have to, we will just replace that and reuse the oil cooler. I mean, you're gonna drop an $80 seal kit just for it, but you know, it's better than a $400 oil cooler. But we need to see if it's good or bad. Once again, every single freaking truck, I mean, coolant flush would be really freaking cool. That'd be nice. But I did clean underneath it, cleaned a lot of it, but I'm betting on the oil cooler cover. That's what I'm betting on. So now, another thing I will not do, I will tiptoe around that, and I'm not gonna tell anybody on this planet that we can absolutely fix your oil leak unless we replace every single oil seal on the engine. Okay, so this one is leaking pretty bad. I mean, it's actually running. So, you know, if it's dripping, like drip, 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 we can find that oil leak. Yeah, but as far as bringing a truck in here and not telling me or basically bringing a truck in and saying that I cannot go cab off, engine out, and redo all the oil seals, I am not going to tell you that I'm going to fix all your oil leaks, because it's very hard. I mean, there's a lot of different places for oil to leak from. So, but bad leaks like this is a pretty bad leak. I mean, that's a crack. It's that cover. And the cack boot was disgusting. The cack boot was broke. Let me show you this. It was broken. This will cause a massive oil leak too, but with the amount of residue that's coming out of there, I don't believe that that's it. I mean, that's a leak. That'll leak oil, that'll leak boost, it'll leak all kinds of crap. But I really think that oil cooler cover is what's pouring oil out and going all over the place, because it's freaking, it's flowing out of there. I mean, fairly good. It's enough to absolutely make everything soaking wet. So, thought I'd show it real quick. It's Keith's truck. Have a good day, guys.